Oh, it's got to be something, man. Your opponent's not here yet. What's going through your head right now, knowing the guy's not even in the country yet?
I was told that he was gonna show up tomorrow, so I have no issues with it. As long as he gets here, then I'm okay with it.
Any concerns at all, though? I mean, this is very abnormal for a guy to be this late. I mean, are you concerned at all that maybe something could fall through?
Not really. To be honest, I'm not really concerned about it. If something happens, then this is the guy that we've been training we've been preparing to fight, and I feel like for me to fight Jared Cannonier in the backup is just not fair for me. You know, I can't take a fight like that in 2 days' notice.
Yeah. What about coming here to workouts, doing media day tomorrow? I mean, he's not going to have to go through any of that stuff, it sounds like. Do you feel like you should have to, or do you feel like maybe you should be excused from doing this stuff?
You know what? I do it just for the people that enjoy watching it, and that's what I do it for. You know, so I'm just here for you guys.
Were you surprised Till took this fight with the fact he's coming off 2 losses and you had a really close fight in your last one?
No, not surprised at all. I mean, he's as game as they come, you know, and that's what I respect about him. I mean, he's just so passionate when it comes to fighting. He brings a certain level of tenacity that not a lot of fighters do, and I think he's hungry for this fight. I mean, you've seen his interviews. He looks ready.
And I know it's a weight class up, but are you concerned about his cut just because he's having to get here so late and he's traveling from the UK?
Yeah, I mean, it's a little tricky getting here one day before the weigh-in. We'll see. Hopefully he has no issues with the weight cut, and hopefully he does good.
If he's way over, would you still fight him? Like if he was like 10 pounds over or something like that?
I mean, I probably would, yeah.
Kelvin, just to be clear, you won't fight Cannonier if Till can't make it.
Yeah, I just don't think it's fair to me for me to take a fight on 2 days' notice. Of course, I will fight anybody, but give me time to prepare for that person.
Kelvin, assuming this does go down smoothly, it seems like the stakes are being raised a little more now with Paulo Costa being injured. It sounds like, Israel Adesanya could have an opponent opening up. Do you feel like, that's kind of raised the bar here in terms of what this fight means?
100%. I think a win over this for sure. I think could guarantee me the title shot. It's not. I mean, not for sure, but I'm pretty positive. If I go out there and put a stamp on Darren, I mean that title shot is inevitable.
If you were in Darren's position and you weren't sure you were fighting because of all this stuff until like 2 days before, would that help you with the relief, oh, I am fighting, or would the uncertainty get in your head and mess you up in fight night?
I'm sorry, repeat that?
If you were in Till's position and you're not sure you're fighting until like 1 day out, does that help you because you're like, oh, I am fighting, or does the uncertainty hurt you?
Oh, it hurts. I remember when Anderson Silva was flagged, and man, I was hurting in my stomach for about 24 hours because I had no opponent. I didn't know if they were going to cancel the whole event in China, and thankfully, Mike Bisping stepped up.
So you got Anderson giving you issues, Rob Whittaker's giving you issues, now Till's giving you issues. Do you ever just wish you had a smooth fight week?
There is no such thing, I think.
Hey, Kelvin, you've established yourself at middleweight now after your transition up. Darren, first time in a long time from fighting at middleweight. What aspects of moving up do you think may harm or surprise him?
You know what? I think for me mentally, it was more mental moving up. And mentally, I thought I was going to be too small and too weak for these guys, but it worked to my advantage. My career has blossomed at middleweight. I feel like I feel great, and if he eliminates that weight cut aspect, I mean, it did wonders for me. So I'm sure it will for him too.
Do you expect him more dangerous Till than perhaps he was a welterweight?
I mean, he's always dangerous, no matter what weight class.
Kelvin, you mentioned how this could potentially set you up for a number 1 contender spot, given the fact that Paulo Costa is out. Are you ready to revisit a bout with Israel Adesanya, or would you like more time to make adjustments?
I want the title shot. Absolutely. I feel like I can be at the top of this division. Just give me time to prepare.
You've given him the toughest fight, Israel Adesanya. You think you're just right there? Maybe some small adjustment and you can beat him?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I said it already. Fighters most of the time don't go into any fight 100% healthy, and I was not the exception that night. And so I feel like if I can do what I did that night with the conditions that I was, and at 100%, then I can do way better.
If you don't mind me asking, what were the conditions?
It's irrelevant.
Kelvin, what do you think about representing Mexican fighters?
I like representing Mexico. I mean, I've always worn the Mexican colors to my fights, and it's something that I treasure, my heritage and where my family comes from. I love representing where my family comes from and where we're going.
So there was a lot of controversy for old Diaz, USADA thing. Like, there's been some stuff before, but where do you stand with USADA? Do you have faith in them?
I mean, I got to deal with USADA just as everybody else, and it's kind of a hassle to deal with all the things that come with USADA. You know, you have to update your whereabouts all the time. You got to tell them where you're at all times, and it's kind of hard to keep track sometimes, and it's a hassle. I got to deal with it just like anybody else. Any other fighter.
You touched on a little bit before, Trump's going to be here on Saturday. Is that something that you think about? Does it at all, affect the way you think about the fight and your performance?
Not at all.
Kelvin, a few years ago, you were just a day away from fighting at Madison Square Garden. You're back now. Can you talk about having a chance to redeem yourself in that fight?
That's one of the reasons why I wanted to come here. You know, I felt like I wanted to redeem myself for what happened back then in 2016, and also because I lost my last fight. I mean, there's a lot of reasons why I wanted to fight here. Fighting here at MSG is a special place, and I'm excited.
Kelvin, is there a part of you, if this fight doesn't materialize, you're supposed to fight for the belt in February, and that fight didn't materialize, and they make you fight for the interim title. If this fight doesn't materialize, and Costa's out, we pitch them, just give me the title shot, I was supposed to fight it. It's kind of like, the circle of life. And
yeah. Of course, I will rally for that title shot, but that's ultimately not my job to give me the title shot. But it's my job to convince them. Go out there and make a statement and convince the whole world and the UFC that I should get a title shot.
But I'm saying if this fight doesn't happen,
okay,
will you try to convince them to just not fight anyone else the same way they kind of made you fight? Now it's the reverse. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. That's an interesting question. I don't know if they would allow me to just skip the line and fight for the title right away. I don't know.
Did you get a heads up at all that this was a thing that could pop up?
With the visa issue or with Darren?
Yeah.
Yeah, I got alerted earlier in the week that he may have had some visa issues. And then a day later, they came back to me saying that he's going to have the visa. He should have no issues coming here to the States.
But it was only this week. It wasn't like weeks ago that this.
No. It was only a few days ago.
I told you weeks ago. Would you have been okay with the Cannonier situation?
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I can't take a fight like that against a Cannonier in 2 days' notice, guys. Give me some time to prepare for an elite guy like that. I've been preparing for Darren Till, and that's who I'm here to fight.
Earlier today, there was apparently a confrontation between you and Jorge Masvidal at the hotel.
No, not between me.
There wasn't?
Mm-mm.
So what's the most challenging aspect about fighting Darren?
Sorry?
What's the most challenging aspect about fighting Darren?
Just, I feel like we're both in a rebuilding phase, and I feel like I've done my part to rebuild myself to get to this point. We'll see how much he's rebuilt himself to get to this point.
Kelvin, how much confidence does it give you knowing that Till knocks a lot of guys out? You've never been knocked out. You're very durable. Do you see that as an advantage in this fight?
Not necessarily. I mean, people like to think that I rely on my chin too much. I don't like to get hit. I mean, it's not that I rely on it. I just get hit, and I have a good chin. So I don't rely on it. It's not something I'm banking on. Sorry?
If it does go down on Saturday, how do you see the fight unfolding with you and Darren?
I mean, I've said it. I'm very confident in my hands and my abilities, so I think a first-round knockout could happen. But, I mean, you guys, I'm ready for a 15-minute war. You guys know that.